Today, I am breaking down my backpacking kit for the year 2025. Every single piece of gear that I'm taking with me on all my trips this year, why it makes the cut, what kind of weight I'm carrying with me, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna break down everything for you today, so let's get right into it. Quick disclaimer here though, everybody's backpacking kit is gonna be a little bit different. So you might watch my videos and see me taking one kind of kit out into the outdoors, and you might watch somebody else's videos and they're taking a completely different kit, and that's totally okay. Everyone kind of has the kit that works best for them. This is the one that works best for me, and it's what I'm taking out in the year 2025. So let's get into it. The first item I'm going to talk about is one of the big three, which is your backpack. So the backpack that I'm taking with me for the year 2025 is the Granite Gear Blaze AC60. So you might have heard me talk about this pack before. I've talked about it a few times on the channel because I absolutely love this pack. So I've used a bunch of different packs in my day, and they all have their kind of different uses and that kind of stuff, between frameless and internal frame and all of that kind of stuff. But what I'll be taking with me for the year 2025 as best as I can is the Granite Gear Blaze AC60. I love the fit for the pack. It's never done me wrong. It's incredibly durable. It's very lightweight for what you get out of it, all that kind of stuff. So for those reasons, I'll be taking this guy. The next piece of gear is the tent. So I'll be taking the Big Agnes Fly Creek HV UL2. I have taken this on a number of my trips, and once again, it's just really never done me wrong. Honestly, it is not the best tent in the world. I do really enjoy it for the weight and the size of it. So I have the poles out of it right now, so you can see I can really just kind of scrunch it up and fit it in my pack however I need to. But just for everything you get out of it and the weight and the durability of it, it's a really good trade-off for cost, weight, size, durability, all that kind of stuff. So I've used this on a number of my trips, and this will be coming with me in the year 2025 for my backpacking kit. So there we go. The next item on the list for my 2025 backpacking gear kit, if you haven't noticed already, is actually my sleeping bag, or in my case, my sleeping quilt. This is one that I handmade myself. I used my own sewing machine, all that kind of stuff, learned how to sew. And this is a synthetic down insulation sheet sleeping quilt. So say that 5 times fast. But it's basically a 35 to 40 degree quilt, super lightweight, doesn't keep you warm in really cold temperatures. But since most of my backpacking trips that I've planned so far are going to be in like the summer-ish kind of time frame, I don't really need a super heavy warm bag. I just need something that'll keep me kind of warm and all that kind of stuff. So I have my 40 degree homemade synthetic backpacking quilt. So that'll be what I'm using for that. And we're gonna go to the sleeping pad next. For the sleeping pad, I'm gonna be using the Thermarest Neo Air Uber Light. This thing is really packable, really lightweight, and it's actually always done the job for me. Its R value is like 2.2 or something like that. So I'll have some stats up on the screen for you. But it's a very lightweight, easy to pack sleeping pad that it just has really done the work for me. So this will be another part of my sleep system in the year 2025 for my backpacking kit. If you're interested in like the weight of all of these items and that kind of stuff, I am gonna have at the end of the video all the stats for my entire kit, including my total base weight. So that doesn't count food and water, and mostly that's pretty much it, but I'm gonna have the rest of my base weight at the end of the video and a big old list for you and all that kind of stuff. So stick around to the end for that. But that's why I'm not putting the stats up right now. That's because I'm actually just gonna put them all on a big list at the end of the video. So stick around to the end to see that. The next one is actually really exciting. It's a new addition. So a lot of this stuff I have used for years, and I just keep using it because it's really worked well for me. But this one's a new addition. So for my cook kit, I'm going to be taking the Fire Maple all-in-one canister stove, or all-in-one cook kit, with me this time. So previously I've taken different kinds of canister stoves, like a Snow Peak or the Jetboil, that kind of stuff. But this year it's gonna be the Fire Maple. It really impressed me when I did a review of it, and I just really wanna try it out in the field and see how it does for me in the year 2025. So along with that Fire Maple that I was showing you, I'm obviously gonna have some like canisters with it, that kind of stuff. But for my utensils, it's just gonna be really simple airplane titanium alloy, whatever you call that. It's kind of long stem Sea to Summit spork. Some of these things have like the longest names, and I don't know why, but this is what I'll be taking with me to eat my food with. And then since the Fire Maple has a piezo igniter, which is basically like those little click igniters, I don't need to take a lighter or matches or anything with me on the trail. So I'm not gonna show you that because I don't actually need it. So there you go. That's pretty much my entire cook kit. No extra cup, no extra stove, nothing like that. Just this little long spork looking guy, and then the Fire Maple, and that's pretty much my entire cook kit. So there you go. Quick note for you, if you are interested in checking out any of this gear that I'm actually talking about today in this video, I'm gonna have some affiliate links down in the description below, and they cost you nothing extra to order through those links, but if you do order through that link, then I actually get a little bit of kickback from Amazon just for you using the link. So it costs you nothing extra, it helps me out, I would really appreciate it. But just do that if you're already gonna order. I'm not trying to push you to order anything, but if you're already going to, please click the link below, it helps me out. Thanks, I really appreciate it. My next item is what I'll be using for my water filtration system. Once again, like my cook stove and a couple other items, there are different ones that I kind of cycle through and use for different reasons and all that kind of stuff. But what I'll be taking with me on my 2025 trips this year is the Sawyer MiniWorks water filter. And then along with that will be a platypus water bladder to have as my dirty water and filter through. And then also along with that, I'll be using Smart Water 1 liter bottles and then some platypus bladders just to kind of store in my bag if I need extra water, but I'll have 2 Smart Water 1 liter bottles with me normally to keep the filtered water in. The reason I'm picking the Sawyer MiniWorks water filter in particular is it actually has a pretty quick filter rate, so not too hard to use it. Very, very lightweight, very, very small form factor, all that kind of stuff. So fits in the bag really lightly, really easily, and it really does the work. Especially if each of you on your trip, whoever you're going with, has one of these, it makes filtering water a cinch. And man, how light it is and how much flow it has and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate this water filter. Next, I'm gonna talk about clothing. I don't have all the clothing with me right here, but these are the kind of articles of clothing I'm gonna be bringing with me that are normally not gonna be worn, but they're like extras or whatever. So this will make sense in a second. The first layer is the top layer, which is gonna be a rain jacket. Right now I'm currently using a black diamond rain jacket, and I'll put that up on the screen there for you so you can see what I'm talking about. But I've been using that. It's really lightweight, really easy to use, really durable, all that kind of stuff. It's waterproof, breathable, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. So I've been really enjoying that rain jacket. I actually use it as like an everyday wear whenever it's raining outside. Even if I'm just going to work or whatever, I end up wearing that jacket a lot. The next one is I'm going to be wearing a Uniqlo ultra light down jacket. So that's a down jacket that's kind of a mid layer or a top layer if it's not raining. Once again, really lightweight, really breathable, really packable, really durable. I've used it for years and taken it on different trips with me. I actually think taking it all around the world. I think that one's been to Italy and Spain maybe and some other places, but I've been really using that jacket a lot and I really love it. So highly recommend that jacket, and that's what I'll be taking as my insulation layer. Next, what I'll be taking with me is just my basic base layers. So I'll be bringing a t-shirt with me. Honestly, I haven't decided which t-shirt I'll be bringing as like my second one. I have an Arc'teryx performance top that I will sometimes bring. I also have an Under Armour top that I'll bring sometimes, and a Patagonia top that I'll bring sometimes, but basically it's just t-shirts. So, very breathable, water wicking, merino wool or polyester synthetic blend kind of thing. No cotton, obviously, never bring cotton on the trail with you, or basically just, don't do it. But I'll be bringing a top base layer as like a second one. So 2 shirts, 2 pairs of underwear, 2 pairs of pants, and then a pair of shorts to sleep in, that kind of stuff. And I'll be bringing an extra shirt to sleep in. So I'll basically I have a whole video on kind of clothing on the trail and that kind of stuff. But basically bring 2 pair of everything and then just wear one and then wash one and then flip them and then bring a pair of stuff to sleep in. So that's the short answer for it. The next thing is actually my hiking shoes. So in my case, I use Trail Runners, which are the Salomon Sense Ride 4s. I've used them for like a year or 2 and they're still doing really well for me. And Salomon has been the shoe that I backpack in and hike in for the last couple of years. They fit really well, they're super lightweight, really durable, all that kind of stuff. So I've really enjoyed them. But yeah, the Salomon Sense Ride 4 is what I'll be taking with me in 2025. Next are my camp shoes, which is kind of a funny choice that's for some people probably, but I actually really enjoy my Crocs. So they are not the smallest thing to take with me backpacking, but they really do well. They're quite lightweight, they're super durable, they're rubber, so you can just walk in the water with and all that kind of stuff. I use them as my camp shoe. And also if you really need to just kind of get out of your normal shoes because you have hot spots developing or whatever, you can do some light hiking in these and just kind of give some relief to your feet and wear something different for a little while. So yeah, I'll be taking Crocs with me for my camp shoe. And yeah, so there you go. Next are my sunglasses. So I do recommend bringing some kind of form of eye protection. So I will be bringing my Gooder Mick and Keith's Midnight Ramble Gooder sunglasses. I've used these for a number of years, and when one gets kind of damaged or whatever, I just replace it with another pair of these. I really love them. So I've taken these for years, and that's what I'll be taking with me again in 2025. And finally, for clothing at least, the Cotopaxi cap right here. So once again, I enjoy taking a hat with me when I'm going backpacking. It's just nice for sun and also just to keep the sweat out of my face a little bit. And I just enjoy wearing a hat with me. So when I go backpacking, so yeah, the Cotopaxi cap right here. Next, it's the first aid kit. So I have just like a standard kind of first aid kit you can get at REI or places like that. And then more importantly, honestly, I have extra moleskin, and I don't have it with me right now, but also I have a large bottle of Tylenol that I always take with me. So I am always needing Tylenol on the trail. Call it what you will, but I always like to have a lot of Tylenol with me on the trail and a lot of moleskin with me on the trail. So I'll be taking extra Tylenol, extra moleskin, and then this first aid kit, and it has all sorts of stuff in it. And I've taken out some stuff that I don't need duplicates of or whatever, but it has butterfly strips and some gauze and that kind of stuff in case you really get in trouble. You have everything you need to in this guy, and you can even kind of crunch it down a little bit if you need to. But yeah, so that's my first aid. Next, I'm just gonna call it sanitary items, toilet paper, for obvious reasons, yeah. And then you also have hand sanitizer and camp soap, dish soap, body soap, all that kind of stuff, kind of soap. So kind of just sanitary stuff. Next, I have sort of the category of like protection and hygiene, I guess, I don't know. So I guess soap should have been in that category and all that, but basically I have like bug spray, sunscreen, deodorant, travel toothbrush, travel toothpaste, that kind of stuff. So all of that will be coming with me in 2025. So I usually end up using bins, and honestly, I don't mind having a lot of DEET because I really hate mosquitoes and bugs. So I will take extra DEET to get rid of more bugs. So high DEET bug spray, sorry, if we're like whatever. And then sunscreen, same way. Also chapstick. So chapstick and sunscreen for sun protection, and then a hat and sunglasses really keep you safe from the sun. Please do that. Next one I can't actually show you because I'm recording with it right now, but my phone will be coming with me, obviously. And then in addition to that, I will have my Garmin Fenix S Pro S whatever smartwatch with me. So that gives me some navigation and altimeter, some distance, that kind of stuff. I also don't have it, but the Garmin InReach Mini GPS device and SOS device, so that as well. So that kind of stuff. And then I also don't have one made yet because it's for different trails, but a hard map that's laminated, and also I'll keep one in my car as well. So all that stuff, like the navigation, all that kind of stuff comes with me. But basically it's like phone, watch, paper map, and then GPS map and SOS device, that kind of stuff, just all in the kind of the navigation category. So I'll be bringing those things with me. Next one is a headlamp. So I have a black diamond. I cannot for the life of me find the name of the model of this one. So if you know it, oh wait, I just found it. The black diamond spotlight is what I'll be taking with me. I've taken with me on numerous trips, and then a couple of spare batteries as well, because the worst thing is if your headlight dies in the middle of a trip, and then you're just carrying some dumb weight. So there you go. Garmin Spotlight headlamp and some extra batteries. Along with other things that I can't show you because I'm using them are basically power bricks. I'm using them to power the lights right now that are on me, but I'm bringing a large power brick for myself to charge all my devices, and along with that, the cables for my watch, my phone, and something else I can't remember right now, but yeah, charging cables. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a couple of miscellaneous items I also bring with me. I didn't really know where else to categorize them, so here we go. It is essentially just a little bit of paracord, an extra hang bag cord, whatever you wanna call it. Stuff sacks that I use to organize a number of different pieces of my gear. So that, and also if you're taking a food bag with you, you can do that. But if I don't need to, or I just hang my food bag that I already use with this guy a lot of times. So this, and then a food bag plus other storage bags and stuff sacks that I use to organize my gear. Along with the miscellaneous gear category, I also have some recording equipment because I do record videos. So a small tripod, and then like I said, some power bricks and that kind of stuff, like mic and all that. But basically like recording gear, but that's kind of specific to me, but it is something I'm taking on my 2025 year backpacking trips. So there you go, recording gear. Also a little utility knife. So this is basically just a box cutter knife that I can do that with, and then close it up. Really lightweight, but a really great way to have some kind of knife and kind of thing that you can like cut stuff with if you need to in your pack, and it's really lightweight, easy to use, and durable, and all that kind of stuff. And next are my trekking poles. So I use the REI Trailbreak trekking poles. They're not honestly that lightweight or anything like that. I'm kind of new in the trekking pole space. I didn't always use them but they have been useful at different times. So trekking poles for the year 2025. Okay, everybody, that is all I could think of for the year 2025 that I'll be taking in my backpacking kit. Let me know what you think about it. If I missed anything, let me know what your base weight is down in the description below. I'd love to see it. And if there's anything that you would suggest me swapping out, anything like that, I want to hear about it. So comment down below. Let me know what you have and what you think and all that kind of stuff. Here's all the stuff that I was talking about. So the weight and the base weight, all that kind of stuff. So all of it's on the screen here for you. I hope you really enjoyed it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you don't mind, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.